holiday weekend, or any holiday weekend for that matter, till it's blue. But today is actually our dinner. Our turkey didn't get frozen, so we had burgers last night. And, you know, I hope you all did well. Today we're going to look into the aftermath of holidays. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Okay, it's now the morning after the long weekend. And how many of you followed the advice? Well, I know there's a lot of people out there saying, oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Well, I do. And I've ended up in the hospital. Well, it was a Christmas weekend. But still, everything around you has sugar in it. And, the diabetics are supposed to be the perfect example, You're not supposed to eat anything. You're not supposed to drink anything. You're supposed to be the ones that sit there and be the perfect example of how we all should be. But you know what? It's not a true reality. Everybody has things that they enjoy, and we all try to say, oh no, I'm not going to do that, whether it be drugs, alcohol, whatever. But, all of a sudden, just because you're ill with a disease, people expect you to be perfect. Now, little things like if you have a reaction. Oh, what did you do now? Did you eat something you weren't supposed to eat? So we've talked about this before. So now it's time. If you made it through the weekend, good job. If you didn't, and you I hate using the term fell off the wagon, but you need to wake up this morning, deal with the high blood sugar if you have it, and move on. Yes, you may have had that piece of cake or the pumpkin pie or, extra potatoes, and you thought you had done a good job on carb control, but you find out you haven't. Well, this is the day to pick up your boots and carry on. Get back into your routine. You don't want to get in the habit. I know it was easy. Yes, you got to eat everything you wanted. And I'm the one right there to tell you that, yes, but you don't do it every day. Take what you've learned this holiday, if you we're out of it, and carry it on to the next day or the next holiday. And learn what you can eat and what you can't eat. People need to learn that Nico, just 1 sec here. Gotta clear this up. Nico, come here. Pa. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry, Nico's legs were all tied up. Or, no, you know what happens with dogs. So, what do? If you're really out of whack, contact your diabetic nurse, your diabetic doctor, and find out what you can do. Usually, it's because you have just eaten too much, and usually, you get up, you start eating right again, and your blood sugars will go back in line. If it doesn't, well, maybe you just went a little further than you thought. That's probably the best way to say it. And, it may take a little bit longer. But what I'm really trying to say is don't make it a habit. Don't let this start to be your everyday occurrence. If it does, you're going to run into nerve problems, you're going to run into complications. And for you young diabetics who think, oh well, that'll never happen to me, well, it will. And during my teen years, a lot of it was oh yeah, I can have what I want. I was 13 when I got it. So anyway, I can remember going to a party, and this party had no drinking at it, so it wasn't drunk. But I can remember feeling crappy. Oh God, did I feel bad. And so I was at this party, and it was time to come home, and we were walking towards the doors, and I did not feel well. And I threw up. And, I continued part. I felt better after that. Oh, yes. Did I feel better? And what I found out later was that was probably the beginning of DKA, diabetic ketoacidosis. It's the emergency, but it's the other way. It's high blood sugar. And your body's saying, hey, I've got too much sugar. I've got to get rid of it. And the only way they know is to throw it up. And, I was fine on the car home. And the next day I got up. We happened to be flying to Vancouver that day. And, you know, life went on. But idiotic me didn't clue in. You know, this may not be 100% way of telling whether you have the flu or you have another emergency. Well, one, take your temperature. If you have the flu, more than likely you're going to run a temperature. If you aren't running a temperature and you're throwing up, you pretty well have DKA and should go and seek medical advice. People, these are all major emergencies. And my endocrinologist pretty well has said, if you are throwing up, you need to go and get medical help. Because one, you're going to get dehydrated. And it's not a great thing. And two, you've got to get your blood sugars down. Keeping yourself in tuned and everything is important. So if you don't, then who knows where you're going to end up. So, now we got in over the little lecture and how we all should be, and you know, your family's going to be looking at you to be the perfect diabetic, which isn't going to happen because no one's going to be the perfect diabetic all the time. And, you know, with me being brittle, I got, oh, what did you do? And sometimes you don't know what the hell you did. And sometimes things will happen. Diabetes is not a simple thing to have. But don't think, oh, well, the weekend was fine, I was fine, I can continue on like this. You know, eventually, you'll learn that insulin is a very powerful agent, and you take too much, you're going to run into problems. You take too little, you're going to run into problems. You decide you're going to eat too much, you're going to run into problems. Now, I'm just telling you, you can live, and I think I've mentioned it in parting video. You need to make sure you eat. If meals are going to be late, you should always carry a snack. Now, I can remember with my parents, oh, are you carrying it? No, I've got money. And you have to be weary that if you run into a low, it's going to come out quick. And, if you're sitting down to a meal and, they say, oh, I'm sorry, it's going to take longer. And you're just sitting there gritting your teeth because you know that you need to eat soon. Pull out your snack. I used to find, Nico, come on. Come here. Nico, come here. That the Kraft little crackers and cheese or crackers and peanut butter were always sort of the best thing to have. You've got to be aware, people. Take care of yourself out there. Get back on your schedule ASAP. Don't let it become an everyday occurrence. I always thought that, oh well, I was a hard to control diabetic. And a lot of times, I just gave in. I just really stopped caring. And this was not a good activity. You need to wake up, take control of your life, moderate what you eat every day. Just because it's a holiday doesn't mean your diabetes is taking a break. So we need to ensure that you need to get up, check your blood sugar, make any corrections your doctor has suggested, and maybe come up with a plan of figuring out how much carbs are really in a menu. You can ask your mom, you can ask your wife, if it's you doing the menu, and figure out how many carbs are in every item before you sit down. Oops, the wind is cold out. It's getting cold out here. But that's where I'm going to leave it for today. Have a great day. We'll talk to you in the morning. Bye now.